Yo, we back in the PN closet. I was about to go out earlier, but matter of fact, we got food earlier again. Putting on the screen, more Tater Q's. We back at the John. I wanted to try more stuff. Had the money too. If I'm doing weird stuff with my eyes, I just woke up from a nap. But yeah, I need to stay away from potatoes. Cause I want to keep my stomach, right? But also it keeps me way too full. And yeah, I couldn't go outside after. Well, I could, but I felt in the man. But yeah, I just want to come with a little story and something I need to learn from. It's not gonna happen again. But let's say while I was in school, I didn't know what was going on. I was a kid, of course, but I had a lot of money to spend. I already said the story about back then. I was getting a little money, and the first thing I thought back then was, you got to show everyone that you're making money, right? So, a friend of my chemistry class, I was making money. It was like, the first thing I thought, hey, do you want anything? And we didn't even know each other like that, you know what I mean? Give it like a month past, we not speaking. And that's how it would go. But one thing I really wish was, I used to own instruments, right? And it's okay to, give gifts and stuff like that, but I really wish in retrospect that I didn't really give all my instruments away. It's like I had these stuff here. I didn't know what to use them for. I didn't think I would be here at this point doing what I'm doing now. But I had a whole flute, right? And a guitar. And me being, a black man lost in the world, right? And it doesn't have to just be that, but that's the lens I'm using this from. The stuff I had, this flute and this guitar, I could use that for, a myriad of things. Well, not really. It's not like I can use it as like a freaking lock pick or something. Or like a weapon. But definitely right now, just give me something like a gimmick to do outside, man. But I had a guitar and a flute. Now, but as I recount these stories, I'll tell you how I got them. But basically, in I think freshman year, yeah, I wasn't sure if I was staying or leaving. Home life was getting. That's when it started getting, for lack of a better word, shitty. It was like, I don't know where I'm going. Am I staying or leaving? I think this was sophomore year, because, yeah, I think I've been there already, and no. It was freshman year because it was near the end of the year. I didn't get to the end of the year any other years. Yep. That's how it goes. Because I was put in cyber school all three. But basically, I was speaking with a friend, right? It's something about, might have been freshman year. I don't remember. It was a minute ago. But basically, one day, I think I was still doing my old business, right? Man, I had money like, hey, I'm gonna get a flute. There used to be a girl I liked that played the flute. I was like, nah, man, what if I just be on this John? And I didn't really know how to play it, but I was learning it and all that, man. So it was like, I don't know if I'm staying or leaving, even though I didn't really, like, I wasn't leaving, but I guess I didn't know that in my brain, right? So I was speaking with a friend. She played the flute, and so yeah, I don't know what if I'm gonna leave or not, right? So then, we have a little talk. I was like, I'm gonna give you my flute, right? For no reason. It was like, but as a parting gift, something to remember you by. I think because it's still a blurry for me. It's either at the end of something or like sort of the beginning. I don't remember, but basically it was a dumb decision. I gave someone who already had a flute, because we're both in band together. My flute, my little black liqueur. Is liqueur? That's like that weird gold color, right? It was a black and liqueur. It looked dope. I got this for like a steal, like $40, right? But what I did is like, I was going through things. And it was like, hey, I'm just gonna give this to you. I don't know if I'm where I'm going, even though I didn't speak with my dad if I'm going to live with him or not. Man. But I just gave this girl my flute. Even now she has 2 flutes. And I didn't know I was gonna be popping in and out. But I gave her my flute, and it's a whole John to ask her again. I'm not even the John anymore. Matter of fact, I'm graduating now. Yeah, I graduated like. Well, I've been out of school, whatever. But yeah, this year I graduated from high school in May. It's June now, right? And don't have flu anymore because I was going through things. It really, when people say they're going through things, that really does mean something, because I wasn't thinking at all. I wasn't thinking the future. I didn't think, man, because I could have done a lot with that flu now. Just learned. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but I learned. And this next story was really some. What's the word? I would say racial misguidedness. Because I don't know why I was hanging out with this guy. You're gonna take what you get when you're new, because he was also new. So the situation was in junior year. I guess he was cool, but he was still white, and that's how you gotta look at a lot of these situations. People might be cool, but they still be white. They're gonna put you in a tricky situation. They said the N-word or something, some racial slur, knowing that a nigga would never be in that situation, right? Excuse my language. But in junior year, I was took out for the first time, and it was like, okay, I can do this now, even though I didn't know why I was out. But same thing with the flu. I didn't know why I had this. I didn't know why anything was happening. But I said, I'm gonna go back into school to do whatever. I didn't know how to handle my free time yet. Some things you just gotta learn with age. I'm not gonna make that mistake again. Or maybe, I don't know. Now I feel like I know what to learn from that. But basically, this is friend. I think he was, what class we was in? Think chemistry, I think. And like I said, white dude. I'm not gonna speak ill on. Will I? Nah. Cause even just as people, I'm not gonna do that. I already told my family. Well, not like major people, man. But I told my cousin about a story about him. Basically, he fucked his cousin, okay? And then we just gonna leave it at that, because he told me this in confidence, right? And he said, you say I might be drawn, man. It's cool. He used to date the girl that played me. That, was holding my hand and stuff when she had a crush on a guy for like 1 year. But that's a different story. I think we were in a chemistry class, right? And I was on some nasty shit, bro, back then. Because I was lost still. Because I was crushing over, I think, 2 girls at once. It was bugged out. Just the man. I joined the whole science Olympiad, John. It was like science club, right? And I was like, okay, we were like speaking on a guitar. Basically, you already had a guitar. And I was like, hey, you want it? I can bring it over. And this was also, I was doing poetry stuff that year, I think. No, that was later on in the year. And like, That was 2025, early 2025. I was like, I'm really bored. I know I have shit to do. That's when I was going outside. Eventually, it was like, I'm really turning out to be a bum. That's a different story though. So basically, I knew this guy, cousin fucker. No offense, that wasn't his personality, but he has some other rumors that I'm not gonna demand. But that is kind of fucked up. But he's white, you know. He be saying the N word, and that was, you know, racial non-identity for me not to check him on that, because I was just trying to get in where I fit in, and that's where you're gonna find yourself when you have white friends, just non-black friends. That's gonna be like, why are you even saying that word? Why did I have to convince you not to say that? But basically, if someone in the cafeteria just has some random shit on them, everybody gonna look at them, right? And I've been eye fucking these two. Well, the first one for more longer. You know, the other one was like just that year. Usually, and this is unrelated, but when I was in school, I'm not sure about y'all. I feel like I need to find someone to like love, right? You know, in school, I didn't know anything that was going on, right? But like I said, my only dream was to be a father, and there's stuff that's required for that. And I, speaking of women, didn't click in yet, but women did though, you know, right? But like, I had crumble cookies one time. Here's a little trick. I'm sure this works at college too. But you want white girls to fuck with you? Nah, this didn't even click in for me. I just wanted attention. I mean, I was getting it from my mother. That's all right. That's trauma though. But you bring crumble cookies in. White bitches from Arkansas, Tennessee, Utah, Minnesota, they gonna all pop up at your jaw. Like, oh, crumble. It's like, so I don't think this was even a plan, but I said, I'm gonna bring it to you lunch tomorrow, right? We were talking about this the other day during breakfast. And basically, they just had a guitar on me the whole day. But you know, how it goes is there was first period, then during second period, everybody would do their lunches at different time, you know. Second period was like an hour 30. I think it'd be like 30 minutes. Right, that could work, right? You know, I feel like every class was 2 hours, I think. It was strange, but basically it was like either 20 or 30-minute lunches, right? And there'd be 4. So I think I had third, right? And I had it with you know, my eye fucking mate, 2.5 eye fucking mates. So bring this John in, and you know, I was hanging in with the 4chaners, redditors. It was really bad, man. Like, that was much unneeded confusion that was happening there, right? And we even skipped the whole day together. I'm just getting where I fitted in, man. But I bought the guitar over, and that's also something. You can just do whatever you want in lunch, man. Matter of fact, I wish I could do that. If I would have stayed in the whole year and grinded, like just worked on the brand like I'm working on now, I leave my whole account. It got bad. Just because I wanted to reset. If I didn't work with the momentum I had. Because I was really giving instruments away that I can learn now. And I'm speaking to you in the closet in the house. I don't think we need it. But that my mama wants, but now she wants to get rid of. Different story. I hand him in the guitar, right? And he starts playing the John. I think it starts echoing, you know? We get a little buzz going on. My eye fucking mate starts looking over here. I start eye fucking her too, you know? I used to have bad staring I think I still do. Because I wasn't this bad at speaking. I was more articulate though. You know what I mean? And not even like in a respectability way. Just I knew words more. No, I don't know as much as I did, and I'm not speaking like I know as much as I did. You know, cause I pulled out. Raised a lot of strife. And yeah. We get a little buzz, you know, people start freestyling. He's playing the guitar. I'm with the 4chaners. We had some crazy conversation. It was like Mexican bull, I think. And you know, those Mexicans be teetering the line, by the way. Why do the Mexicans say the N-word more than us? No, we can argue that. the way Mexicans came in. This is a little tangent, but off the native African, the dispersed, and then the Spanish colonizer. They have it, but they're like the mixed kid that wants to fit in. You don't have a word for yourself, so you want to use our word, and that happens a lot. You don't have it, then you go come to our den, and we gonna like you because we've been taught to share with everybody. We've been taught to, we have this for me, I'm gonna give it back. That's why I said, racial self-conscious. We always gotta give something away. Instead of talking to a girl and then getting rejected, which I didn't know back then. I didn't know that was something you could do. I was a DM bandit. First off, you want to get a girl now, right? First up, it's probably better if she's not on social media. One, she's in life more, and two, you're not gonna fuck yourself over being a DM bandit like Pete. All right. Speak to them in person. Don't give people away stuff to perform for you, and then lose stuff that you own just so you can eye fuck for a little minute, man. I'm telling you, cause now I'm wondering about what's she doing now. Even though I could apply pressure on that, John, right? But I kept on being pulled out and shit, man. I really could have protested more. Cause that's some bullshit, man. Even though I had the stuff to give it away, but the fact that I had the chance and I kept on fumbling. But that's why I'm here now. So, we had a little situation there. Playing the guitar, everybody started looking. And then that was the end of lunch. It came and it went. And then I'm down one guitar now. There was even a point I thought about giving out my piano, and I think this is what it is. Being lonely, trying to get back in the system, to being pulled back and not knowing what that means. You still want validation from the system that doesn't. Well, it's twofold. One, it doesn't nurture you how it should, and you don't know why you're being pulled out. You don't know. Maybe that's a sign for you to do something more. But the thing is, one invalidation is really gonna fuck you. Because I lost two instruments. One that I paid for and one that was a hand-me-down from my mother or something. While my mother has her flaws, I do still love her. One of my biggest memories are us playing Pokemon during 2021 summer, I think. That was some of my greatest memories in life. For real. When it was just me and my mother. When there was no extra nigga. We had our apartment. There wasn't as much flux because I feel like the man. I was still a kid and my mama was, I say not. And this might sound selfish, but what I learned as a parent, I'm not a parent yet, but when I be, that's what I have to be. I have to be selfless. And I think she went on to do her own shit. The man, we coming out the nest at the same time, and I don't like that. But I've learned that I can't always be dependent there. And when it comes to validation, I can't be dependent with validation either. Because I'm going to do a lot of shit that niggas not going to be at the same frequency on naturally. That's why I gotta, I'm not going to say do despite. I'm just going to have to do, man. I'm not going to feel validated by it immediately. That's why I first tried to do with music. This is probably a different story too. But I first started doing music for bad reasons, I think. I used to do it for validation and women. I was saying I'm going to get a bunch of money. And the money I had back then was a good starting fund. But with no racial conscious, I was giving white people my stuff. Not knowing what I could do with that. And one, I was never taught it. And I didn't, yeah. On all fronts, I wasn't taught what to do with it. But that doesn't mean I can't be mad at myself for not keeping it. Because I want validation from people that probably don't respect me. Why are you saying the N-word around me like that's cool? Why am I giving someone who already has this instrument twice, two different occasions, an instrument, so they can have some little filler? Because people have, I be seeing people's rooms have a whole guitar in the background and a guitar in their hand. People really be having trust funds. But I gave away my one copy of stuff. And that's why I'm so picky now about people selling shit. For like, well, money is something, but that's your stuff. We don't always got to give shit away. Either for validation, money is a form of validation. You're going to spend something to feel validated. That's what I'm learning with this, with the food outside, man. That was another form of coping, validation. I'm going to eat this and I'm going to feel fucked up after, then I'm going to go to sleep, wake up, and then feel a new feeling and probably buy something again. Here's the thing. I'm learning to make my own, identity around music. I don't even think about making R&B. I didn't have no love in it. I was copying others, but stay on my little pedestal that I'm writing about my own life, but not locking in the way I should have with music. Just getting something out and all that, and just being pretentious with music is like, oh, I'm gonna be the greatest. I had a whole plan, but what good is a plan if you don't work toward it? This is what we just talked about. Oh, well, let me finish this. Yeah, and then we'll wrap it up with what I'm about to say. But yeah, you don't need to be validated, black man. If anything, all you need is maybe few friends, your community, and your partner. I think everybody needs a partner at least. But for me, I'm only gonna get married once. After what I seen with mama and how distraught I was from that, I don't need love that much. I'm gonna be, venerated by my community. That's all the validation I need. And that's probably, you need to be validated by something that respects you, not something that's transactional. You don't need to be giving away stuff for people to love you, because then that's not real. You're going to have this little moment in time, because even back then it was like, damn, I'm like washed. I can't even speak to this girl. I feel I have no control over my life, even though I did, but didn't know that then. But you don't need to feel validated, black man. Don't be hanging out with these people that are going to have you caught up. Don't be giving shit away. And don't always invite people into your stuff, because they might fuck your shit up. And I could be practicing something on my free time now. I'm the piano's where I'm trying to connect headphones, but that shit be bugged out. I don't think I gave away a piano yet. I almost thought about during my little 2025 existential crises. But yeah, the reason, if anyone's curious about the last episode, I know no one is, because it got one view after I re-uploaded it. I forgot to put the picture of the food, but this is gonna be easier because it's one recording. I said this before, but when it's multiple recordings, like I pause it or something, I'm gonna have to do the John twice, right? But yeah, I gotta put in CapCut, then I gotta wait for it to load. Put in YouTube, wait for it to load. So we're gonna be quicker on this one. Yeah, it's 10:53. Got work Friday. Gotta write some notes down. But you gotta motivate yourself, black man, and find something positive that validates you. It used to be food, but I had to move on from that because we had a toxic relationship. It drained my pockets. My first bout of getting money, I spend it mainly on food and porn. And what's the fucked up part about that? We're at the end of it. We getting candid now. With food, you lose it, right? That's why you have it. You don't frame food on the wall. Your room gonna have flies and shit. But the thing with porn, and I guess I had to learn this, right? I'm trying to find a way to turn this into like music, because this shit is really fun. Porn is better than water. Because at least you can keep it, right? So much shit so much porn I bought that I deleted. I might even still have it on my old computers because I'm even like a nasty way. I still kind of wish I kept it. You know what I mean? Because the amount of money I was spending on porn. In fact, my mom even capped the card now. And the fucked up part is all the shit I used to buy was gone. You know, even the old models. Because I never really used the apps until recently. You know, we don't get canned at the end. Yeah. I never really watched porn. But I jerked off to me. And I would get stuff on like... Now, they got rid of this website, but if anybody remembers... Now, my content's already niche. I'm black. And I'm about to talk about, I think, my wiki feed, right? My wiki feed, I would get porn off there. And I think there was this one girl... What is my life, bro? This one John. I think let's start with an A or something. It was like a strange name. It was like... It wasn't Elena, but she was like a college girl. It was like 19 or something. So, you know, I got paid for money for college. Like, no, what the fuck? I'm gonna get this John. And that was good, John. It was a good camera too. Like I'm reminiscing on it. It was like, that's art. That's art, bro. And that's why I like the bad. I would only get like the mad. Because the thing with feet content, there's a lot of great, you know, photographers out there. Aesthetic Feet, he's the only one who really stood the test of time. And I have to think I'm the reason that Feet of OC, you know, they just on Twitter now doing shit privately. I think I might have scared them. That I was like reposting or some shit. But Aesthetic Feet's like kind of weird. Yet he's kind of like me if I was less thorough. But I like my isolation autism was in full effect, man. Because he's kind of like a weird squeaky voice, and like he's kind of strange, right? But Feet of OC, he didn't say anything, but he had some of the best videos on the John, and I think it was it says Gum Road. I used to one summer I was with my dad. Well, let's say 2023, and I think my mama gave me. Yo, God bless my family, man. This is my first time going to my dad's house as a high school student. You know, I was making music lightly. You know, Progress Report's still one of my favorite Johns. Maybe on just like a memory tip, but I had a good mic then. That good mic's gonna get you a long way. But my mama gave me an assortment of money. And, you know, this one back I had PayPal. I think I'm thinking about getting PayPal so I can get this new artist. He was around during the same time, Nike MD. It seemed like he was out for like a while now. He might be your brother, but he got mainly white girls. And now since my conscience changed, I'm still a little. I have a racial conscience now, but you know, in America, you're always down for racial contradictions. You know, and Nike MD always do white girls, and they kind of rubs me the wrong way. He's been getting better at it now, but the man. The thing about Feet of OC. So basically, my mama gave me money, and you know, me, I was in a different landscape now. I don't think I had a card yet. My dad would give me money to go to like the halal store. That's when I developed a love for halal. I used to get like a fish burger, you know what I mean? But with that money, it was like $150. And you know, I'm a 14-year-old. I already told you my tendencies back then. I'm giving my stuff away to other people. Shit that they don't need, so I can hear a thank you. Not even a thank you sometimes, but just like, good looking out, you know? Why am I looking out for your ass, man? You're not looking out for me. I spent $150 on porn, right? Gum Road, Feet of OC. He was one of the best in the game. Now, first off, he was mad. The way he did the Johns, it was like, I want to say it was cinematography. That's not correct words. Cinematic. There we go. You see, that was isolation autism, right? I could have got that for 2024, but he would like do mad zooms. He had 1 hour Johns. I had I had Akira. I'm just listing off my collection that I had off Gumroad. Amara Jade. Amara Jade was fire, by the way. If anybody knows about Amara Jade was fire, bro. She was. It was like 2017. This is when my bone first awoken. Now I was watching porn in Pennsylvania. I think I was like 8 years old. Now I'm looking at the covert shit they have now, because I'm not proud of it, but it feels good. But this shit ain't even covert now. The overt shit they have now, the freaking AI porn. I'm looking on YouTube. I seen freaking K-pop Demon Hunter boob ads. I got ass showing on Temu. Like, they don't even care anymore. I think I don't even want to get YouTube Premium because this shit is off. But I have an Akira video, Amara Jade. And that Amara Jade video was fire, bro. If y'all know, y'all know. And when they go in the room and she oil up her feet, that was fire, bro. And that's like a specific video now. It was like footfetishvideos.net. And you know, when stuff be like, straight and narrow like that, they be giving you mad invisible ads. Feel like I'm finding Hangman off JoJo. They got freaking shit tagging me from all directions. It's probably they got fucking ads in my eye and shit, man. But there was like BBW Italian John. It's gonna sound nasty. I don't care though. You gotta meet people where they are, bro. I used to watch mad porn, and it felt more sophisticated. I was paying for it. It was gourmet porn, man. I would want to call the title that, but I don't think I have that type of rapport yet. Man. There was, I can't remember any more names, but there's like Corazon. Yeah, it was like a Samoan John, like a BBW Italian John, and it was pretty good. I wish I would have kept that, because that's a hot commodity now. The Feet of OC videos. Oh, the Elise one. Elise Feet of OC niggas, because basically I lost a computer, and after the thing was with porn, it's different with food, I think. Well, no, it might be actually the same with food. You eat a bunch of shit that looks good, but now your stomach fucked up. Like I said at the start of this, John. What am I even gonna call this shit? Who's gonna click on this? You know what, man? Because these are two different. I call this something that's gonna feel like clickbait. Maybe the thing is, you don't always need to feel validated, because that applies here too. Because you eat a bunch of good shit, your stomach fucked up, you go to sleep, you wake up, feel the temptation again. That was the same thing with porn. You jerk off, and I wasn't as emotionally intelligent then, with no racial conscience. I was just, doing shit to do it. There wasn't even a thought in my brain. I thought I shared a face with my brother. He's darker than me. I remember I really started selling into myself like, damn, I'm not that dark, because I've been looking at him my whole life. But that's grief. Anyway, nowadays, Feet of OC is on Twitter, where you gotta like DM to get the John. I already have, my Twitter nastiness days. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to go in DMs and go to some weird Bitcoin, giving you money to get. Nah, man. Just go back to Gumroad and shit. You being ornery now. But I'm looking at a free John on eRome. eRome is fire, by the way. Well, no, it's not called eRome. That's frying me. If y'all know, Dharma Potty Mouth calls it eRome, and they almost tricked me. I knew it was eRome. But basically, some guy has a bunch of old re-uploads of the Feet of OC videos. Yo, Starting Strong LOL. Search up Starting Strong LOL on eRome. I'm talking about eRome again. Is a fan on? Because I hear the papers. I try to keep it off and just keep this little John on. It's not too. I keep it on 1, not 2. But eRome. Damn it. eRome. Excuse me. Starting Strong LOL. You can see those videos. It really feel like art. And then he like slow it down so like a 30-minute John gets to like an hour. Nah, he was different, bro. And he be in California too. One thing about California, you don't need to go to California for any reason. You know, you want women. I think I'm good with staying in Texas or going to Philly. You know, Pennsylvania. But California, nah, man, they got smog. They start doing. That's where every state got the fucking color bullshit from. I think Black Panther started there though, so good on them. And that's the only good thing to come out there. But Feet of OC was doing the work over there. Aesthetic Feet was there too. I used to get his John every now and then. He got a few good videos, but it wasn't as cinematic. I felt like I was watching movies, and that was something that you can't find anymore. Now he still be on the John. If anybody wants to get in good favor with me, how about you go to that? No. I'm not saying that, man. I'm not saying that, man. What am I doing, man? But yeah, don't go to him and ask for an Elise video, and then post on eRoam.me. Don't do that. Anyway, yeah, his shit was mad cinematic. Aesthetic Feet was very I'm just meeting this person, and that's like a different type of experience. Here's a thing too. I can't knock the hustle. I can't knock the method where people get some of they dough, but the reflexology shit, I feel like most of that shit is some nasty shit. That's like some pickup artist, John. You trying to get, you putting the camera in front of people's faces to get women. I feel like it's the same John when you saying, hey, have you heard of reflexology? And that's a John you can get a lot of birds from. It's sad, but no one doing it like Feet of OC. You need a lot of investment. I think around the same era I was looking at Nike MD. Back then I didn't know about Patreon scrapers. People that get the shit on Patreon and put it on a different John. Kimono was the best app for that right now, but apparently the servers on Kimono got burnt down. I mean, we really just talk about porn right now for like I don't know when we got, maybe like 17 minutes. This is but life is fun, bro. Life is fun. I be saying that. You see when we get out of our box and we can talk about what we've been through. Cause in a way I wish I would have saved that and I don't know, post it on the internet or something. Cause there was some. Cause it gets bad when you pay for something that you paid for once, twice, right? Cause you deleted it off your John. It was like you got money to blow. And I'm getting out of that because when I'm choosing priorities on what I purchase now. Now I've just spent $60 on Tater Q's, but that's going back to the community, And I'm gonna have to address this later, just in general for Black economics in our current state. But who's gonna put that stuff back into the community? Everybody's Black, but who's putting it into the community of what we're purchasing, man? A lot of time we purchase that as fucked up for us just from a different face. But there's layers to people, man. We ever just talk about, racial conscious, low self-esteem, the need for validation because you didn't get it from your parents. And now we're talking about freaking feet porn. But Feet of OC, he was different, man. Amara J, she was different. I almost want to make her the thumbnail. Nah, that's too nasty. Cause I wanted, I'm still TDing the line. Still, I'm still putting stuff on Instagram, only getting shit from my family. So, I'm just happy to be here, man. But I think that's the end of the job. Yeah, it goes under the same tip. I wanted to be validated, but it was like, no, I don't want to be validated, and that's strangely this all ties back together. The want for validation by going back into something. School, when I was probably better off not in school. Or, in virtual school. Gave me a lot more free time. I could focus on writing, music, art, instruments, which also lies under music. I was talking about rapping though, that under the same tip, writing, music. But wanting validation by going back into school, but not knowing what took me out of the school. What took me out of the temptation, the porn, not of school. That's gross. Private life. But then you feel the clarity. It's like, I got no business being here. So then you leave. Then you stay like, this is fucked up. I'm not getting what I want. I feel like this was the last option. This is a bad circumstance. I'm feeling lonely. The one to being horny. So you go back into the porn school. And that was just a loop. I wanted to feel validated. And now I was doing fast. I haven't done one in a while. I always say I'm going to get maybe the next one. But the thing with food is, you get food once a week, right? And it's looking fairly cheap now. When you're not getting all the bullshit you don't need, it'd be looking like maybe $30. I was like, that's crazy. And I'd be getting like raspberries, stuff like that. Shit that I can carry through the week. Right? Beans can stay there long. So it looks good. $30. You just be getting fruits and stuff. And then, man, it doesn't look as expensive as it used to look. Getting straight 100 stuff. Oh, man, you missed me on that. I gotta stay away from the potatoes. Yeah, what Monique was saying and Precious was right, man. That should be making you big. And I'm not exercising enough for that not to matter. My sister said it's my pelvic, but she always trying to alter something with me. She's the one that gave me this. No, matter of fact, it was my mama. But yeah, no matter. But that's just honesty. I'm always trying to alter something. Always trying to. Nah, that's gonna sound like hate. I don't hate her. But yeah. Feedback loop. You're gonna find some good way to validate yourself, because you're gonna be found in a lot of flux trying to get something from a world, and especially as a black man that doesn't respect you, that play in front of your face for something you didn't get from your parents. You got to find the porn in life. Is that powerful? You got to find the porn in life. Because the thing about porn in life, you're not always going to be coming. But the thing is, you got to find the beauty in the finger. You're going to have to find the validation from pleasuring the world, and not always wanting the world to pleasure you by you giving back to it. It's interesting. You're going to have to find the porn in life, because the porn in life lasts longer. Matter of fact, it has such good shelf life, it goes on with or without you. I'm trying to catch up back to the porn in life. This is getting a little... It's getting strange. I'm trying to do bit there, but it got a little off the rails. But what can we learn from this? Because people gonna want to feel validated, but it comes in forms that can serve you better. Yeah, you don't always have to give shit. Maybe that's it. You pay for something once, you don't pay for it again. Save it. Because when it comes with temptation, especially back then, I've learned how to, manage myself. I'm literally on a sattvic diet. It's basically vegan, but dairy. And you gonna think you want it for later, save it there. You know how much time to I have all this porn on my phone. And it's I'm just basically like pictures off Kimono, off Nike MD. He's a good photographer too. You can see the detail in it. Shout out Nike MD too. Feet of OC, you need to go back to Gumroad. You need to get out of your little rut you're in. Just go back to Gumroad, bro. No one's going to Twitter. That's some nastiness, man. I once had how do I even describe this? Because it was so bugged out. Femdom? Female dominatrix? That's what that is? Come up in my Twitter DMs. This is 2025, right? I was just doing whatever. And I was just, in the potty mouth community. Shout out potty mouth, by the way. But, I wasn't ready for all that attention. I didn't feel like I was at the place I needed to be. That's what Forever Pete was about. I wish I could have made that song a bit better, but I think the fact that it sounds shitty adds to the feel of 2025. It is what it is as a project, But basically, on my way for looking for feet pictures, I eventually got in the Twitter pool. And Twitter is a bad John all the way. You can't be using X at all. Because that's a part of the infinite scroll, John. And, and even when you get on the porn tip, you're going to look at infinite porn. That shit going to fuck with your brain. It's different when I have to seek it out, That scroll shit, I don't think that shit's good, bro. I literally, earlier today, it's still today, right? Yeah, it's 11:14. I guess this is going to be a normal John. I expect this to be like a little Neme. But look at what we can talk about when we just recount stuff. And we honest too. I can talk about anything. But yeah, earlier today I was looking at Los Pollos. That's my guilty pleasure. I shouldn't be watching white folks. that shit don't be feeding my brain. That's a part of the content waterfall. You don't need to be that hydrated, my nigga. But looking back at it after, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? This used to be a thing. I'd be like three shorts in, because I don't be using the Chinese app. I would be 3 shorts in, and I would like bang my thing to like snap me out of it. I was like, that shit really be having you in the days. I mean, no school. But it was like, nope, I'm not going to be caught up in that. And I looked at the John earlier today, said it's like 62 shorts. God damn. It was just Los Pollos. Shout out, I think he's cool, but that's not what I need in my life. I fuck with soda. I can't be drinking, pineapple Fanta every day. And I think if I stay away from, like the OD sugars in food, I think I'm good with doing sodas and shit like that, because the fruits really be, keeping me filled. I can't, the potatoes make me feel fat. I gotta look at what carbs are for again. I think they're for like energy, leftover energy in your John, which isn't bad, honestly. I think I'm just being lazy and I'm getting self-conscious about not exercising. This stomach, I feel like it got here over time. I'm not gonna show you. Lauren knows about to show y'all my stuff. I'm not doing that. But yeah, it's a little bigger than it ought to be. And I don't think it's my posture, even though my posture is fucked up. I'll be doing like this, man. And I gotta be double chinning it. But I'm thinking this might just be how I am. I don't really be caring about that. It's how I secure the next generation. You don't gotta worry about me too much. I'm gonna worry about myself naturally. As a father, I play a different role when that comes, sooner rather than later. Anyway, basically, long story short, I don't really know how to get to this. I think it was really like traumatized. I really like stopped using the app because like a femdom, and basically how it is, it's like pay pig type people, where a girl like disses you and then you give them money. And I was like, I'm not doing that shit, man. I'm not sure what type of men y'all are, or what type of person you are to be attracted to women, but nah, man. It ain't even the pride. That's just respect. You're not dissing me. They be teetering the line sometimes, like, ooh, this big dick black virgin. Like, what kind of contradiction are you talking about, man? Hey, you be like teetering, they be like complimenting you, but like dissing you. He's gonna give up all his money for me. It's like, who is? Now, are you just doing the free John? I'm getting the sample, man. And eventually, they look at the followers, because in the Twitter waterfall, you follow some base, you get them in the algorithm. And when you don't want to like they John, because I think it's you do like it, because when you like it, it gets in your algorithm. I'm learning that with Instagram. My Instagram's all black now. Now sometimes they're gonna give me like a racist, and then it's the TikTok rebuttal type. You can't be doing these rebuttals to people, man, because even when you comment on racist nigga John, you gon' boost them up in the algorithm. So don't even give these niggas time, man. Just let them have a little powwow with the whites. We don't need to be buying into that. Online, at least, it's different in real life. These people probably live in echo chambers, like the freaking Redditors I was hanging out talking about some. I got a dictionary on. I was really awkward back then. Got a dictionary on me. The first thing they go to is the N word. You can't be hanging out with people who gonna put you in these situations. And I can't be looking at freaking femdoms, because I basically got tracked down. It really felt like an invasion of privacy. I was like, I followed one girl. She was like new. It was like It was a brown Asian. She might have been Chinese or something. But basically, she just hopped into my John and was like, I see you. Was it lurking? Lurking is, there's like a term for it when you like, you look at the John, but you're not doing anything. It was like, I was like playing into the bit. It was like, yes, I'm a pay pig or something. Like, ooh, yes, less goddess. Saying shit like that. Who am I saying this to? Someone I'm not, engaged with. And there's this bad Jamaican John on there. I was like, and she came on me on like a light tip because I made her my header on the John, wherever that little thing is on the top of your thing. On Twitter, your PFP, then there's the little John. I made the Jamaican John. I'm not sure what I did, but I was like, but then she came into my John like cool. She was cool. She was a sister. It was cool. It's different. It's a different dynamic, my nigga. That's why I can't be fucking with the whites, bro. And this gonna be difficult because we all live in a racist world and everybody gonna listen to Massa. We've been free. Niggas just getting put in bounds, coming from China, all different places in Africa. But this is a tangent. The Egyptians be out of line, man. How anti-black do you have to be to literally be in Africa thinking that you from there when you were Arabic person talk about the ancient Egyptians were my ancestor? How uneducated are you? To where the Arabs, now people say Arabs is wrong. Arab? I'm not saying no Arab, man. Freaking Arabs. Talk about some Arab. Fuck is that? Anyway. The Arabs are colonizers too. They took Egypt, and now you got freaking pasty Egyptians to talk about my ancestors were the ancient Egyptians. No, you're not from fucking Kemet, land from the black. You land of the pale skins, land of the Neanderthal. Get the fuck out of here. Even though we're not gonna get in that. the Neanderthals went up to Scandinavia. You got some of us. You lost your way though. Y'all dabbled in the caves too. But yeah. I've never, Black Power. I mean, you're not gonna make me feel strange about that. But I was playing into, the Femdom John. Femdom John. That sound like a Korean name. Femdom John. In my John. Doing DMs and stuff, right? And then it came to a point like, I'm gonna send you a freebie, and then you go send a picture of you like jerking off to her, like pantsless on the ground, like, yo, y'all be making these women, man. What the fuck you mean, me and my underpants? I'm just trying to get a nut and go. I don't like the content waterfall. I don't have the Chinese app. Man, niggas be thinking I have the Chinese app while I let this shit slide. I don't be commenting on racist people's shit. I be saying that in my mind, and then I bring it to here, cause now that's me, man. I don't be getting these racist people up. And even on this tip, I'm not gonna get my fucking underpants. One, I'm underage. I'm not doing that. I wasn't trying to get John caught up. This just wasn't for me, man. And I'm looking at you, strange, if this is for you. If you a pay pig, let me say this. Just buy porn, my nigga. You can advance yourself socioeconomically. You friggin' pay pig on freaking leash on the ground, putting your John in to the ATM. You just made somebody else rich. I was making other people rich with my John. It's funny how this shit all ties in a way. But it was like, but she put a picture in there of her like feet. It was art, man. Maybe I was spoiled by watching cinematic porn from Feet of OC. This shit was fire still. Like I'm getting chills. I'm not getting chills, but that's a funny thing to imagine. You think about porn you used to watch. It's like a girl used to fuck for like a skit, because when it's a girl, it's more thorough, man. But getting chills looking back at it. But it was like, it was all right. Because the thing with that, it's like, it's very touch and go when it's on Twitter, I'm not looking for anything, because it's not videos. Now, for Nike MD, I'm all right with the photos. Because the amount of detail, when you zoom into that joint, you see every follicle. That should be mad impressive, man. Nike MD, you have a here's a tangent. I think if you're black on the internet, you should have a black profile. Because every time you're white with a black profile, it is going to permit you to say shit that I feel like you shouldn't say. Just stick with the little character, little blocked out face character that's automatic on the John. Or just like on YouTube, stay with the letter. Don't make yourself. He had like a Speed Racer, I think. This is some anime thing, but it's like a black version. He's from Pittsburgh. How about to say Philly? Pennsylvania, stand up, man. Pittsburgh, stand up. But yeah. Basically, he sent me a freebie. I was like, I'm not trying to do that, man, because I was like, this is getting weird. Like I was just trying to see how much I get out of you and then just dip out this jump. Or I don't know who you take me as, but then basically, it's very tight knit. But someone came up in my John thinking I was like, oh, this isn't my first time. I'm like I'm a devious character. Nah, I'm a thorough character. I'm trying to get character off, by the way. Let's see if we can get that off in real life. We gonna stop saying the N-word and I'm gonna start a little dicky and ass character. I like that. Cause it sound like California. I have a weird accent. Nah, we gonna make that catch on in Texas. Dick eating ass character. Yeah, I like that. I like it. I like that. But yeah, a freaking character comes into my DMs talk about, wow, I forgot what it was. They really took me as someone who, while I did, I got scared of the heat, man. I was no chef though. I'm new to this. I'm new, man. I'm still trying to get the money for the Jamaica John, because it was real cordial when she hopped in John. Like, why you got my John at your head on, like, crying face? It was like, I fuck with you. I was like, I don't got the money right now. I'm a double back. I might actually do it. John was cool. Black power, man. Shout out Jamaica. Jamaica, stand up, man. I'm not from there, but man, you watching this, stand up. Do 10 pushes right now. You need to get your body moving, man. But a different Asian John popped in, man, and was like, wow, that's messed up, dude. You have no respect. Because you know how it be. I think I blocked her after. I blocked the first brown Chinese John. Might have been like Filipino, but basically the other Asian comes in and talk about, wow, you have no respect. Or like something like, oh, wow, that was, wow, blocked. Dick move. Dick move is what she said. Dick move. I was like, I wasn't paying that, John. You're going to find a different freaking Irish bull. You're not taking any more money from me. And this was like a year ago, too. 2025, like March, April or something. And the thing is, basically, you get coerced into paying. It was bad, John, man. You got to stick to... You can find stuff free, too. You don't always need to spend shit. That's another message. You don't always need to spend shit. I thought we was ending freaking 28 minutes ago, but here's another message. Message? No, you have to say it first, then message. Excuse me. You don't always need to spend shit. You got some leftovers in your closet. I got freaking boxes here still. Old in the May. I can use all this for something. I don't always need to buy something new. When it comes to save up for softwares and shit, man. But you don't always need to spend shit on something that's going to validate you for a minute. That's the thing. That's how food gets people. I'm fine if it's in the community, but that's how it get people, man. You buying validation that's only gonna last for a minute. Yeah, this shit's gonna be coming out tomorrow. Y'all get it. I already posted something today, but I was trying to, get back on. I didn't think we'd be here for this long. But it's good to have these stories out in the world, man. So I don't think I even responded. I was like, oh, you dick eating too. You acting like I'm a slave to this shit. And we've been out of our bonds now. We've only been a person for like 60 years. I'm trying to use that good, right? Yeah, you not gonna shame me. The fuck? And you got friggin' people in their fucking underwear talk about some, I took $200 from my wife to feed you. Fuck? Who are these niggas? White. That can never be me. I'm glad whatever happened in my life, that can never be me. I'm not gonna be giving these femdom characters my money. No, shout out women. That's that. I'm not gonna be the type. Except that Jamaican John was Black Power. But Asians, you're not gonna be coming my John trying to do that shit to me, bro. And it was funny. I don't think no one knew either. I think I just randomly left the app because you're not doing that shit to me. You're trying to shame me about some dick move. What, blocking her dick move? Ain't my dick. Nah, but you pay me. Fuck you talking about? But yeah, and other John was alright. The thing about I talk about this. Brown is back. I might miss something. I don't need it though. You see, this is the thing. Characters be thinking y'all need them. It doesn't sound good like that. It sounds like N-word replacement, like motherfuckers. You know when whites be saying motherfucker, or I used to think bro was the N-word. I'm good with bro now. Bro is cool. You know, I'm sorry putting on y'all jacket back then. And trust me, y'all gonna get flack for something else later, but motherfucker seems like an N-word replacement word for whites. But anyway, that's no man. Motherfuckers like that. There we go. Be thinking you need them. These companies need you. You can use that. These companies need you. And when you stop being a slave to that shit, you know, that's one less customer lost. And you know, not every company is bad. I think money is evil. I didn't flesh that out yet, but I don't think I'm going to be found wrong on that. The main, but your choice is a weapon. There we go. If choice is something being taken away, I think choice is a weapon. You can choose to divest from something. But the thing is, everything in our community keeps us a slave to something in it. Natural. Message. There we go. That's more like it. But yeah. I think I'm on Femdon. Yeah, niggas taking me for damn it. I'm trying to fade out the N-word from my vocabulary. Cause when Mexicans started using it, that's when we lost it. That's when we lost the plot. Use y'all word. Talk about I'm not gonna say Mexican slur. Use your own word. What did the colonizer call you? No, matter of fact, they so half colonizers that it don't even click in their brain. This be with all Hispanics, because some Hispanics are black, right? Now there's this one motherfucker, this one freaking character. He said he was Dominican. He wasn't no black man. you freaking you got colonizer, bro. Some Dominicans are black. No, there's a way to say this. Some black people are Dominican. Not all Dominicans are black. Okay? People say that Dominican just so they can say the N-word. Because N-word is a cool word. You don't know anything about your culture. Talk about you got a farm in Mexico or something. Fuck out of here, man. Talk about some Dominican. Eat my dick, bro. Everybody throws our ancestors' word around. Man, I wish I was as strong as the nigga. That's why I gotta stop using that shit. I wish I was that strong. I'm trying to get on the level my ancestors were at, you know? God bless. Thank you for listening for me talk about this nastiness. You know, y'all feed my soul every day. But that's all. Yeah, we got an hour drawn out this. So what am I gonna call this? We gonna figure out in post, man. But thank you for watching the man. You don't always need your validation. Money is a tool, and you're gonna have to find consciousness within yourself before anybody else in the world can exploit it. You know, I'm not gonna do a SpongeBob and just tell you the message straight to your face. Whatever you got from this, you got from this. Starting strong, LOL on E-Ro-Me. I'd say out E-Ro-Me, so I didn't say E-Rome again. But if you want to see, you know, Feet of OC's cinematic brilliance, that's some different shit, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna check on Gumroad after this. Matter of fact, and Nike MD, you know, my mom, You know, put some shit on my car where I can't go on the new website. I think Patreon's still good though, and I might just go to that. But the thing is, I wanna, if I'm gonna invest in this shit again, when it's something fickle like a picture, as in, you know, it doesn't just disappear after. Ooh, I'm putting that online, my nigga. That's for the world. Fuck you talking about? But yeah, I always wanted to be the Robin Hood when I got older. Robin Hood of porn. I'ma buy the John, put it all over the web. Like y'all gonna love me. Yo, what was my life? I was young, talk about, you know, when I get up, I'm gonna spend all my money on My Singing Monsters. And you know, it's different. My only distraction, like video game wise, is Warframe. I'm really trying to make now. Like, I'm not even trying to watch any white people anymore now, because you're gonna say some fuck shit that's gonna make me like, why am I watching you, man? I don't like that common enemy bullshit, because y'all, most of the times, y'all are the enemy. Message. But, man. Hopefully, I'm not gonna alienate anybody anymore. But, yeah, I'm starting to piss now. I'm doing the, you know, pee-pee leg shake. But, yeah. That's the video. I'm not gonna say all the message, everything I talk about here. I'm just gonna say, feel validated by yourself. You don't always have to give something back to the white man. And don't always look around seeking something. Oh, learn how to speak to women. Don't be a DM bandit. Gather courage. Fuck up in the world intentionally. Because the world had plans for me, alright? Now, it's good to have, at least feel some agency in that, you know? Least, and after that, you think you did it. Because, yeah, I used to have some awkward methods, man. I'm still thinking about, you know, maybe a life that don't exist anymore, but maybe I'll get on to music. Probably not going to go to sleep for another, let's see if I can survive the morning. All I need to be is awake, you know, by 4 Friday. Oh, I'm really got pee now. Okay, validate yourself. You don't always need to spend something. Don't always give something back to the white man. Black power.